Hey everyone. Didn't get to do a workout video this morning. I'm trying to do a lot more focus on myself this week. I'm doing a little bit of a cut phase right now, taking care of some things that I want to do and everything. So I really want to focus on my own workouts and kind of keep them going. So the videos may be a little sparse, so that's kind of why I'm bringing this up. Or they're going to be a lot different. They're going to be more of after I've done my workouts because I really want to hit my workouts hard. I want to focus on them and keep them going strong and everything else. But I'll try to do some home ones now, or I'll do them after the fact, or simple workouts, or whatever they might be, or nutrition, talk about things, that sort of thing. But without further ado, today's is actually going to be about stretching, a little bit of the recovery and everything else. So I know I've done a stretching video before, so we're just going to do some different ones this time to keep it a little bit different, a little bit of variety, and keep working through things. And just keep working on our flexibility, which is a huge part of things. Like, yeah, you can weightlift and everything, and that's great and whatever, but it's really cool to see when you can bend over backwards, touch your toes, whatever it might be that your goal is. So I won't, disclaimer, I will not be bending over backwards in this one. Not today anyways. Another one maybe, but not today. So without further ado, let's get into just some basic stretching that we're going to do today. So in terms of a few stretches I like to do, so I'm gonna just actually, I'm gonna sit cross-legged. So just gonna do arm across. And I know I've done this plenty of times before, but stretching is an amazing thing. It helps when you're tight and everything else. It's actually one of the reasons that I do it regularly, or at least try to. I can't say I always get around to it, but it's something that helps. It does relax the body, it relaxes the mind, everything else. It's very soothing and calming. And oftentimes, again, you work out regularly enough, you kind of forget about it, or you think of it as an afterthought, not something that you need to constantly focus on. So I actually need to really stretch out my back right now from doing squats. So for those who've done yoga, this should be very, very familiar. For those who haven't, basically all I'm doing is just pushing myself back, allowing a little bit of release and pressure into that lower back, which is kind of where I'm tight right now. So this might actually be more of a lower back stretching segment than anything else. And I'm actually on my feet are flat to the ground, so I don't have toes up, I have toes flat. So work that. Next one I'm gonna do, just because again I'm trying to really focus on that back, is I'm gonna tuck the hip. So tucking the hip, reaching the back up a little bit, just kind of stretching it out. Especially sore today because again I did leg day, and with some of the heavier lifts when you're doing in this case today I did hex bar deadlift, it's really focusing a little bit more. And then now I'm gonna reach back down, arch down, so I'm really pushing my stomach to the ground. Again, a lot of you have done yoga. This is pretty much yoga in some sense, but I'm not certified in it, and I fully admit I'm not. These are just stretches that I like to do if I know where I'm kind of trying to focus my time and effort onto. The other thing with it that I kind of need to do, and some of this you can also do, is like side work. So I'm gonna actually stretch using a side. That didn't work. Thought it would, but I'm actually gonna stretch up a little bit. Might seem like an exercise, but this is simply to just get a little bit of work on the side. But they're not anything that I'm doing for a long period of time. So it's just stretching and then pushing up with my hip up towards the ceiling. Just get that little added benefit in there, but I'm not holding them long. I'm not sitting there for a minute or however long it could be. I don't have a good wall for it. Well, as I'd say, I have a really good one that I need to do. Today I'm definitely not as flexible, so doing a toe touch, but as I said, my back is really tight today. So I'm not actually able to even touch my toes, which I normally am, so that's why I'm stretching it out. But just 15, 20 seconds of each one is probably more than sufficient enough. You can do some active movement ones. So one that I probably should do a little bit more of is actually going to be a twist over, just to really focus on that back. Because again, that's where all my tension is, all my tightness right now, and I can feel it. So doing it one way and then switching legs, going to the other side. That's helpful. And then the last one I'm gonna do is gonna stretch my legs up. I'm gonna pull them towards me. I'm not doing any movement here. This is simply just to get myself a little bit of stretch. So it's gonna focus really on that back, which is right where I need it. Ugh. And with that, kind of gonna wrap up the video there. So at least the stretching. So that's just some of the stretching I like to do. There's obviously a lot more you can do. You can take different yoga poses and everything else. But in other kind of weird in fashion, it's actually kind of weird. Almost 2 months today, I'll actually be why I'm wearing my Penn State stuff is 2 months from today, I'm actually going to be going to Penn State and starting my MBA. So that's crazy to think about that in 2 months that's happening. So that's where I'm actually going to talk about today for a little bit in this video, is just going to be enjoy your journey, enjoy your path, enjoy the time with friends, family, etc. I know I've said it in multiple videos before, but it's one of those things you don't realize how quick it comes. Like last year in August, I think I was getting my acceptance for it, and now here I am almost 2 months. 2 months of the day, I'll be traveling out there for my residency and starting with Penn State. So it's crazy to think how quick that came up on me, how quick life happens, and how quick everything else and that we often miss and don't even think about happen, and all those small little events that we're like, wow, I wish I had done that. I wish I had actually said, yeah, I'm going to do this or everything else. So that's kind of where I'd say it is, just find those little things, enjoy the time, enjoy your journey, enjoy whatever it is along the path, because it's going to go quick. And it just seems like each year it goes quicker and quicker. It's kind of actually funny when I think about it that a year ago I was kind of like, oh, I want to lose my college weight from me, and I was in the process of doing that right now. Didn't hit my truly form yet, but I was at least being regularly active, reasonably, I'd say. Wasn't doing too much weight training at the time. I was doing a lot more of the cardio. I think, I don't even know where a lot of my work came from. I think a lot of it was like 30-minute cardio, and then I was doing like weights, and I was like, whatever. The weights, I'm just going to add them in there because I want a little bit of strength. And now it's coming into one of those things where it's like, wow, I should have actually been doing more. I should have been doing more squats. I should have been doing this. And it's kind of funny to think back and sit on it. And it's also when I kind of was just finding myself in kind of my workout routine a little bit. I think I went 3 days a week, I think something like that. But I definitely didn't have my nutrition dialed in. So, I didn't really gain or lose. I think I lost a little bit just because at this point I was starting to phase out pop. So like I cut all pop out of my life, other than like if I was having like a few adult beverages on the side. But other than that, it's kind of crazy when I think about it, as I hadn't had my nutrition to the point it is now. I wasn't really as clear, and that's nuts when I think about it. It's nuts to think that a year ago I was starting this journey in a sense. Not as like a new year, new me thing, just kind of one of those, I just wanted to lose the weight. And managed to do that. Now my goal is to again train for a Spartan race coming up in September, which is crazy that how quick that's going to be here. And also I want to hit, my goal is to hit 170 pounds also by that point. So the Spartan's a goal, and then hitting 170 pounds, which would be putting me up 15 pounds of lean muscle at that point, or is it be 20? Have to double check on that one from when I started, but basically a lot more muscle, a lot more everything else that I'm kind of go for. So right now, again, I'm in more of the muscle building phase. That's where I want to be. But again, it's just a crazy aspect of life to think back of how much you've done in a year, how much things have changed. And One manager at work actually said it best. If you look back 6 months and can't say something's changed or you've done something else, you need to find something new. And that really hit with me because it's like, yeah, I've grown a lot from not only in my profession, my fitness and everything else. I mean, it's unbelievable how much I've grown in all aspects of things. I just sit back and look and it's like, okay, now what are the next 6 months are doing? What's my new challenge to make it better? What's my new goal and everything else? So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it. So this was stretching with a lot of personal talk in the sense, but I kind of just felt like doing it. So I hope you all have a awesome day, an awesome week, and I'll try to keep videos regular this week as I'm going through a little bit more of an intense phase to kind of wrap up some stuff that I'm doing, and then it'll be back to more regular status next week. But really want to hit it hard on my own for what I'm going for. And I hope to just kind of leave it there. It's a body transformation challenge that I'm doing, so this is like my really dial-in week basically for it. Really pumped about it, feeling good and everything. So, but otherwise, again, if you guys are interested in a body transformation challenge or anything, let me know. We'll be starting another one, and I actually think it kicked off March 1st and is going through April 16th, something in there. If you're interested in doing it, this one you probably want to be more local if you're going to do it. So in the Indiana region would be preferred, Michigan. But if you don't mind traveling, we can definitely do it over that and come up with it, or we can kind of figure out how it's going to work. But either way, thanks for watching this video. See you guys all in the next one. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet, if it's going to be fitness or nutrition, toss up in the air, or just personal development. But that's where it stands at this point. So I will see all of you later. Have a great one.